This summer, my one mission in life was just to get a habit down pat, a habit of getting out to go for a walk. I didn't set any parameters as for how long it had to be. I didn't set parameters for where it had to be. All I wanted to get back into my routine was the fact that I would go for a walk. Eventually, I'd like to be able to go for a run, but because of surgery last year, I had to take a break. Anyway, that habit, I'm happy to say, stuck with me for a good long while until it turned cold. And then all of a sudden, I realized my habit would have to change. And I was petrified because I worked so hard to get that into my regular routine. I want to share that there's hope. Okay, if you're like a mainly work from home parent like me, there is hope because you have some flexibility in your schedule. So if you're always cold, which was my issue, and I had established a habit to where I would go out in the morning after I dropped my kids off to go for a walk and whatnot, I had to change that up and it was scary. But I decided to enlist the help of some tools to rearrange my schedule to where I could go out when it was warmer and then I would start walking again. You see, I had stopped walking for about 2 weeks. Boy, oh boy, it made a difference. I mean, I was in a slump. So my body had already adjusted to this habit. So it started out hard and then it got, easier, which is awesome. But then I needed to switch it up a little bit. So I used a couple of tools that I've had laying around for a while. I'll be honest. I had this laying around, but I had lost this. This is a Garmin, all right? And this is a heart rate monitor. And I used these a lot when I used to train for marathons, half marathons, any run that I wanted to do. I definitely got out of that routine, but like I said, I'm just trying to get to run again, to walk again. Anyway, I thought, you know what? I remember this supercomputer having an interval training program on it. So that's what I did. I set up an interval training this morning. That's the first thing I did. And the second thing I did was readjust my alarms. So one of the work from home tricks I have is because I don't have necessarily a boss or anything, people would say, oh, your calendar is your boss. Yes, but my calendar is not detailed enough for me sometimes. So I actually had to lean on my phone. So I actually have alarms set, and it used to say, wake up, get the kids to school, then go for your walk, then everything else. I switched that up to where now my walk is further down in the day. All right, and the stuff that wasn't further down in the day is now towards the morning. You see this? So I have tons of different alarms. I'll show you this. It's very detailed, but this is what works for me, you guys, really. So I'm gonna just kind of go up like this, and you can see. So, see, it's further up in the day. It's 10 o'clock, 10:30 now instead of 6:30, where I would be freezing if I kept doing that. Yeah, anyway. So, super fun. And I just wanted to show you guys, you probably have one or two of these items on hand where you can program things, you can train yourself to get out there again. I'll back up. I had interval training because I'd really like to stop walking and start running again. But in order to do that, I need to start slowly. So I set it for, 0.2 miles run, 0.15 mile walk. 0.2 miles run, 0.15 mile walk. And this is an old trick from when I was a personal trainer where you either, for interval training, it just increases your heart capacity in a very gentle way. So you don't necessarily wear yourself out and then quit because you're worn out. So this is something I tried. And I only did 3 of those intervals today. I know you're like, that's like 1.5 miles, Wendy. You aren't doing much at all. Yes, but I bookended my interval training with some walking, so I feel good about that. Anyway, some tips and tricks for how to change a habit. It doesn't have to be that scary. You can do it. Now, I'll catch back up with you in about 4 weeks, and I'll let you know if I'm still doing this. But in the meantime, I hope these tips help you.